Today I've got an update for you on the Grand Princess. I'm going to go over a little bit more information for you, and I want to hear back regarding what's going on with the changes that Carnival's making as they're moving from a loyalty program to a rewards program. A lot going on with Europe today as far as travel in Italy. Lots to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Friday. It is June 20th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate our updates, please give this video a thumbs up. Welcome to all of you who are new, and I am really happy to see those of you that have been with us before. If you're new around here, we talk about cruising 6 days a week, and when we go somewhere, we take you with us. Our next grand adventure is in July, and it is indeed a grand adventure, so we'll take you with us on that. This evening we are doing our live. We'll be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so come, bring your questions, and be ready to have a fun time talking about cruising and traveling to cruise. So first up, I want to give you an update on the Grand Princess. About a month ago when she got out of her dry dock, we had so much news to do with the Grand Princess. If you were wondering how things were going back then, check out my videos about that. But as of today, I've got a couple of updates for you, both from people that, someone who's on the ship right now, as well as people who just recently disembarked. The main problems that they were having was terrible plumbing problems. Everything ranging from toilets not working, to sewage falling out of the ceiling in the hallway, to leaks like crazy in a lot of places on board the ship. So first off, someone who is on the ship right now posted over on our Facebook group. Really appreciate that. He talked to some crew members. Clearly the crew is very reticent to talk about it. I don't know if they've been asked not to talk about it or if they just didn't want to, but there are still some problems ongoing on that ship. People that just disembarked recently, and truly every cruise that has sailed since that first one has let me know that the plumbing problems persist. Hopefully, it seems like they're improving, but the ship is in no ways out of the woods yet. So if you have got a cruise coming up, I hope that everything goes smoothly. It's one of those things that it seems like you either have people who are on the ship very pleased with their cruise, and the people that are having those plumbing problems, not so much. And I had a thought. I don't know if anybody at Princess is listening, but with ship, and maybe you're already doing this, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I had cabins that were still having trouble, I'd be offering move-over offers to people until I could not have to sail with those being occupied by guests until they were completely fixed and ready to go. It's a really hard thing for people who are loyal to Princess, have sailed on Princess before, and are familiar with their product to come and have a lot of trouble with this. But it's another thing as well for people who have never sailed on Princess, coming brand new, and they're giving the line a try, which happens a lot during Alaska season. That happens with people, and they're never going to come back again, and they're going to tell all of their friends. So let me know if you're on the Grand Princess as the week progresses, as well as future sailings, past sailings. Just let me know your experience. Would love to hear from you in the comments, as well as you're welcome to send me an email, and I'll share that with everyone. So thank you so much for your support on that, and for letting me know what you think in the comments. Okay, so this whole situation with Carnival, as they have made the big shift from being the loyalty program to the rewards. If you missed my video yesterday, I think it was a really good video, so go back and watch that as well if you haven't seen it yet. But I would say that out of this whole situation with Carnival making this choice to pretty much ditch loyalty and just go with rewards as far as spending, basing it on money people spend, there is one or two or maybe three huge winners in this, and that is other cruise lines. If I had to say, I think the number one cruise line that is going to benefit from this choice is going to be MSC. MSC has those big, beautiful ships. They have excellent fare prices, really, really great fare prices, very, very competitive with where Carnival sits, and often better. And people are going to be able to sail on those ships, earn loyalty with MSC. They sail out of a lot of the ports that Carnival sails from. So I would say MSC, you've got your Royal Caribbean. Those often are more expensive, but it just depends truly on the cruise and on the port. Virgin Voyages maybe plays in a little bit. I'm not so sure about that because it's such a different product, and that's just for people who are 18 and up. Carnival is so family-centric. But there's a lot to think about with this. But if I had to guess one cruise line that's going to win the most on this, it's going to be MSC. So tell me in the comments who you think. Another thing that I think is important, and I really hope that Carnival gives this all a second thought, the people that they have given lifetime loyalty status to, I believe they should let them keep that. If they want to limit how many people gain that status going forward, that's fine. But you gave a gift and you gave a reward, a loyalty level for people cruising with you repeatedly and very, very loyally. In order to reach that diamond status, people had to make a conscious effort to cruise with Carnival. It requires that many cruises. And so I hope that Carnival will reconsider and go ahead and let those people that have that lifetime loyalty level keep it. Rolling forward, if you want to have that diamond status, you have to spend $50,000 every 2 years on that Barclays Carnival credit card. So very much a reward system rather than a loyalty system. So the people who come on board, maybe book in the Havana, maybe book the fanciest suite, and do a lot, they are going to just accomplish that. People that put everything in their life on their Barclays credit card, making that choice to use the loyalties there rather than anything else they could earn on another credit card, they're going to also earn that as well. And it doesn't necessarily mean that credit card has the best rewards. It's just if you want to get to have that when you're on board a Carnival cruise, that's how you're going to have to do it. I've got several emails from those of you, even though I talk about Princess the most, I received a lot of emails from those of you who are really very disappointed. The one that really stands out to me is a gentleman emailed. He owns like over $200,000 worth of Carnival stock, and he's going to start selling it. So disappointed. They've cruised Carnival for years. They are really glad, and I agree with them, like that the port there, and they live where it's easier to cruise from the West Coast. And so the port there in San Pedro has opened up so much more, so many cruises, more cruises going from that port than before COVID. San Diego is starting to get more ships. Of course, we've got San Francisco in play, and there's a lot of options other than just Carnival, and I think it's going to be a big deal. It's really interesting to me as well that Carnival makes this shift with so many ships on order. Really interesting. I think that they're the cruise line that probably has the most ships on order. You're so welcome to correct me if I'm wrong as I think about that. But and here they go and make this big shift that is really going to impact, I believe, the way people cruise on them. As I speak with people on the phone, I have the pleasure of hearing what their some of their goals are with cruising. People want to build loyalty with a certain cruise line so that they can get perks along the way and have that loyalty status. That's no longer a thing with Carnival. So Carnival's kind of out the window when you're having that conversation. So let me know if you feel like you're going to be in a better situation. You are just going to book an expensive cruise every once in a while or put all your spending on that credit card. Let me know if you're going to be in that pile, or if you have cruised on Carnival, taken a cruise when you can. You just love going on the cruise. You don't buy all the bells and whistles. Let me know where you fall in that, would you? And finally, if Princess did this, if Princess made this change from loyalty to rewards and threw out people that have the elite status, you get to have it for a little while, but then it's gone unless you spend enough, what would you do? I know a lot of us make decisions kind of in the heat of the moment when we're mad, but then you look back and you're like, well, what am I, then you make your real choice. So tell me, what would you do? Would you start cruising on other cruise lines a little bit more? Would you just stick with Princess because that's where you've always been? Let me know, because I would like to know. And I've been thinking about what I do. I haven't quite decided yet, but I know it would make me sad, but let me know what you think you would do. Also, I forgot to tell you this, along with MSC being a really good option for Carnival in this situation, with what they're doing with the rewards instead of loyalty, you know what? MSC is not a bad choice anyway. If you're someone that enjoys going on Carnival, you might want to look at MSC anyway. So, they just brought the MSC World America over to sail from the United States. Beautiful ship on all accounts. They have the MSC World Europa, and then coming soon is the MSC World Asia. That World Asia is going to have the longest dry slide in the world. 81 meters long. It's going to take you down, 12 decks in just seconds. So the slide that they've got, that longest slide in the world, was designed based on the trees that are in Singapore's Garden by the Bay. And so when you look at it, that's kind of the vibe they're giving off with that. But they are going to have so many things for families to enjoy, not just people that want to go on the cruise and enjoy it, as a couple or as a solo. But when you think of what Carnival does with with families and you think of what MSC is doing, it's a perfect fit. A perfect fit. So let me know if you're going to do that, if you're a Carnival cruiser with this big change. Next up, I wanted to let you know that we do have some cabins left for our Christmas market cruise. I have 4. I have had some cancellations, and are we okay without going with those cabins? We are. Alma Waterways will sell them to someone else for more than we are doing it for. But if you're at all interested, it's the Christmas markets this year, so you don't have to wait a year. It's just basically 6 months away. We're doing the Ama Magna, which is the largest river ship on the riverboat on the river, and it's going to be magical. It's going to be magical. We start in Vilshofen, which is just down from Munich. We end in Budapest. You've got the option to add a 3-night stay in Prague pre-cruise through Alma Waterways with our group. I think that everybody but one couple is going to be doing that with us, and then you can add an optional 2-night stay in Budapest at the end, and those are also cheaper than what Alma Waterways does it for. So it's a really good option if you want to go see the Christmas markets at the height of the Christmas season. That's when we're doing it. I might do this again some other year, not for a while though, but it would definitely be earlier in the season, because this is a hard time for me to be gone, but I am so excited. This is going to be, like I use the word magical, it's going to be magical. It's going to be magical with what they do on the ship at Christmas time with Alma Waterways, as well as getting to visit all these ports, go to all the Christmas markets, as well as see the landmark places that you want to see in these places. So just send me an email if you're interested, and I'll send you the information in connection with Alma Waterways. It is so cool. They have just christened their new ship on that's going to be sailing on the Magdalena River in Colombia. This is really a new step when we come to river boats and rivers of the world that ships are going to sail on. So it is going to be doing these cruises on the Magdalena River there in Colombia. Something about that, part of me is a little hesitant, but part of me knows they take such good care of you that it opens up another part of the world to get to see a little bit. So first of all, I should tell you, they sail between Cartagena and Barranquilla. I'm probably saying that wrong, but they've got 2 different 7-night itineraries. One's the Magic of Colombia, the other is the Wonders of Colombia, but part of it is a private excursion of the Barranquilla Carnival, an exclusive jazz performance in Mompox, and also a birdwatching expedition. How cool would that be in South America? And a visit to Palenque, the first free town in the Americas. So if anybody thinks this sounds cool, let me know. I'm trying to decide if I should try to look at that for Gordon and I, and the whole situation, but I think it's very exciting that they are opening like a whole nother region of the world to river cruising on these amazing ships, as well as not only a new river, but a whole nother part of the world, a whole different experience than what I think we've seen with river cruising before. So that's just really exciting news. Finally, in Italy today, there is a huge strike going on that is impacting so much travel all over Italy. So if anybody happens to be in Italy today, will you please send me an update? It's a really important thing to remember that when you go to Italy and other places in Europe as well, you need to keep an eye on the strikes. They do have strikes that occur with some regularity. Sometimes they notify people before. Sometimes they're a surprise. So you always have to kind of have an alternate travel plan or an alternate sightseeing plan during the day if your method of travel is impacted. If you're going somewhere for example, for a wedding, for a special event, I would rent a car, because then you know for sure you're going to get to go where you need to go. Or else just arrive there a few days early if you want to use the train or other public transportation. I thought it was really important to know that American Airlines since June 5th has been doing nonstop flights from Miami to Rome. So if you are looking at going to Rome, you can now go there nonstop from that part of the world, from Miami. And if you've done it yet, let us know. I'm always really excited to hear where you can go. There are no direct flights that I'm aware of from Salt Lake to Rome, but we do have Salt Lake to Heathrow is nonstop. We have Salt Lake to Amsterdam. I'm sure there's others I haven't looked at, but I always get excited when I look at flights. The third thing I think you need to know about Europe today is if in the future sure. I know a lot of people like map out like what we want to do this year and this year and this year and this year, all the places that you want to see. If you are thinking that you maybe want to go on a trip and start out in London and then end up in Switzerland, Germany, France, some different places, Eurostar is really opening up where they are doing train trips to. So over the next couple of years, we are going to see more direct trains, more fast trains between a lot of European destinations, even more than we've seen before. So to me, I think that opens up travel a little bit more, even if you take an overnight train or you take a train during the daytime and see the scenery more as you go. Just putting this out there that they are really doing a lot. If you look up Eurostar, kind of Google what they're doing an awful lot with trains from different places that'll make it easier to fly into somewhere that is maybe a cheaper place to fly into and then navigate to where you want to go on a train. So let me know what comments you've got. Join us this evening. We'll look forward to seeing you then, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.